Good day everyone, I am Kuya Basurero. I am a garbage collector and I will be your host for today to share my knowledge about different types of materials and how to segregate them. I will also discuss why it is important to know what is a biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials and the proper way to dispose them. Let us talk about the items we have here. First, the sponge. Do you know that the sponge has the special property of matter called porosity and has the ability to absorb water and other liquid called hygroscopy? Do you want to see this property in action? Let's find out. I have here a plastic container with water to check if the sponge will absorb water and demonstrate its special property. Do you know that plastic containers like this are made up of long chain of molecules called polymers and has the special property of flexibility, which means they can bend or twist without breaking. Now let's soak the sponge to see if the sponge will absorb it. Yes, it absorbs the water. The absorbent property of sponge is also true with the towel or cloth. They all have porosity and hygroscopy. Now, do you think the sponge will float or sink into the water? Let's find out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it floats on the water. Therefore, it has the ability to float. Same with the plastic container. Towel or cloth which also can float or partly submerge in water because of its composition and the effect of buoyancy, the upward thrust exerted by the fluid like water to the object. As for classification of this kitchen sponge and the container, which are made up of some type of plastic, they are non-biodegradable because they take too long to decay because they cannot be broken down to simple molecules by microorganisms. While nowadays, there are also biodegradable plastic, but most of the plastic that we still use today are non-biodegradable and will take 1,000 years to decompose. Paper, tissue, towel, and cloth are biodegradable, which means waste that includes any organic matter which can be broken down into carbon dioxide, water, methane, or simple organic molecules by microorganisms. This is except for synthetic fabrics which can take hundreds of years to decay. Fun fact, do you know that the sponge we use are named after real living creature under the sea, sponge, and they inhabited Earth around 600 million years ago and they can live up to over 200 years old. I also have here some scraps which I picked up with a barbecue stick. Can you help me identify what are the items that I have here? That is correct. They are vegetable scraps and banana peelings which have the special property called softness, which refers to tenderness of a material. They are pinned together with a barbecue stick made of bamboo, which has the special property of flexibility that again refers to ability to bend or twist without breaking. All of these materials have the ability to decay, which makes them biodegradable materials. So let's put it into the biodegradable container. For our next item, I would like you to look at this. Do you think this will fit into Pikachu's neck? Let's find out. Yes, it fits into Pikachu because this item is made of garter and garter has a special property called elasticity, which means the ability of matter that stretches and return to its original shape. This item has the ability to absorb liquid. Some parts of this item are biodegradable, but most parts are non-biodegradable because it is made up of silicone rubber strips that are polymer that is not easy to decay, making it a non-biodegradable material. Now that we have segregated and disposed the material, I feel a little tired, so let us rest for a while and drink a glass of milk, which is good for us. Do you know that powdered milk and chocolate milk are examples of soluble materials called solute, which has the special property of materials called solubility, which means the ability to dissolve in liquid called solvent to form a solution like a glass of milk. It is biodegradable, same as all the food that we eat. Now that I am done drinking, do you know that this empty mug is easy to break because it has the special property called brittleness, and also glasses like this are non-biodegradable materials. I would like you to look at this keychain that I have recycled. It is made up of... Correct! It is made up of an old Chinese coin and copper wire. This is made up of materials like coin that have the special property of matter called malleability, which refers the ability to be hammered into fine sheets. Copper wire that has the special property called ductility, which means the ability to be drawn into fine sheets. Also, if you are using paper clip in school, they have the special property called flexibility, which again refers to materials that bend without breaking. Those are very useful. These are non-biodegradable materials because they are made up of metal that is also recyclable. We have now segregated all the materials to biodegradable, non-biodegradable, as well as recyclable. It is important to separate the materials so that it is easy to dispose, reuse, and recycle. For biodegradable, you can put them to a compost pit to create compost, which is a process of making natural or organic fertilizer to make a soil more fertile. And as for non-biodegradable, some of the materials can be reused or recycled to make new things, and some of them can be sold to junk shop like what I do for our living. Thank you for watching. I am your Kuya Basurero. I hope you have learned a lot today. Goodbye. God bless.